The mid-1990s saw a significant improvement in US-China relations, as a result of which Chinese export increased enormously. Do you think China would have been able to gain its current economic position without this change in US-China relations?
Yeah, that U.S.-China trade really exploded after 1990s because of this manufacturing outsourcing and China capturing more and more of the production in the low-end, labor-intensive part of the global commodity chain. So it was the 1990s, and even without the trade war, that this kind of a U.S.-China trade and U.S. export to China export to the U.S. Has been in the bottleneck, even without the trade war.
For geopolitical reasons, the U.S. focused on increasing Chinese trade as a means to promote China's adherence to human rights through market liberalization. Why do you believe this policy was ineffective?
Yeah, it is ineffective because of China's market size. That the original plan of the U.S. In the 1990s is to use trade as a vehicle to promote human rights and all other kind of liberal ideas. And the argument is that if trade between China and the outside world, particularly the U.S., intensifies, or there are more exchanges of companies or more exchange of people, and once this exchange increases, that it is impossible to stop ideas and values also to change from to shift to transfer from the U.S. To China, but eventually it didn't work because China is a lot of small countries. But China is different because China has a huge market that it has a lot of leverage over Western and U.S. companies. And if U.S. is using trade to put pressure on China, China can also use its market size to put pressure on U.S. companies, which in turn put pressure on U.S. governments to resist some of the pressure, or most of the pressure on human rights and liberalization.
What would you argue to be the main reason for the shift from positive U.S.-China relations in the 1990s to China becoming a U.S. foreign policy concern in the previous years?
The one big reason is the fortune of U.S. corporations. And from a political economy perspective, I think the U.S. policy toward China is, if not driven, at least shaped greatly by U.S. corporate interest in China. And particularly after the 2008 global financial crisis, and China, the Chinese government and Chinese elite think that it is about time for China to dominate the world economy. U.S. and Europe has been weakened by the financial crisis, so they become more assertive in treating this foreign, particularly American enterprise in China. For example, there's a lot of complaint on the part of the U.S. business about this regulatory discrimination against them. There's some rule that they claim that the Chinese regulators enforce only on them but not on local Chinese enterprise. So these rules are being used as kind of a measure to promote and protect Chinese company against foreign companies' competition. And so this cooperation in the U.S. is becoming more and more alarming, I would say, or they have a lot of complaint about the Chinese market. So right now the lobbying, the structures, the political economy that shapes U.S.-China policy has shifted. So it's no longer dominated by U.S. corporations that favor kind of a U.S. policy that China like. So if these companies are not actively lobbying for policy that is hostile to China, at least they are no longer kind of a counterbalance force against any policies that is not friendly with China.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.